Hello, welcome to Devon. This is a beautiful patch of really wet woodland that I'm just going to show you for a couple of minutes and show you how we're working on the conservation plan. It's quite an unusual patch of woodland within a pause restoration, so we're almost surrounded by conifer. But within that area of conifer we have this wonderful little oasis of wet woodland which is full of willow and alder and a few other species, and it's got some wonderful collections of lichen and mosses, and the ground is saturated. You can hear water running. So the south of England in particular, but the whole country, has had a really tough summer. It's been so hot and dry, and in Devon it's been particularly hot, but small areas of woodland like this are the only areas that haven't really succumbed to the drought in any big way, and this is just demonstrating how important these kind of woodlands are, and perhaps showing that we need to take some action to preserve these areas. So we have a plan. Within these low-lying areas of the wood, we'd like to perhaps cut some of that willow and maybe dam up some of this flowing water a little bit, create some natural flood management areas, and just for a while pretend that we're beavers. So before we start any work on the site, we're going to get a better picture of the biodiversity that's already here. So we'll be looking at the lower plants and the other vegetation. We'll be looking at the birds that are breeding here. But I've also set up, last winter I set up this set of nest boxes to monitor the dormice. So that should give us an indication of what level of activity we've got here now before we start the work, before we start imagining we're beavers. Here we have a lovely healthy male dormouse. Sharing his nest is this little female here, so just hoping there's a good little population here and some breeding going on. So there she goes back in. So as he goes back in the box to settle down again, we just hope that there's a good little population here that we can then keep monitoring. I think the dormice in Devon have really struggled over this summer with the heat and the drought, but September has brought us a bit of rain and it's a huge relief. So some of the dormice are appearing in the boxes again. I'm not sure where they've really been all summer. But they're back. And this one's a juvenile, so it looks like they had a more successful breeding season back in the spring and the early summer before this hot weather really took hold. which is good news. There are parts of this wood that have got a really, really ancient feel. It's almost like you might bump into a dinosaur at any moment. It's really, really boggy and swampy.